On a parking lot I used to work, I would open the gate if they would pay me half the official fee. I used to have this job where you sit around in a little building that controls the gates on a parking lot. It had a window for people to come ask questions if they were lost, etc. I was usually alone in here, and I used to bring my laptop with speakers and just watch YouTube all day, blast music, walk around the lot, do nothing. Sometimes I drank beers. Best job I ever had. Anyway, the parking costs €10 on this lot, whether you parked for 5 minutes or 5 hours, which was ridiculous. My justification right here. Sometimes people would come up to my window and ask where they could pay and how much it is. If no colleagues or supervisors were around, I would tell them you can pay €10 in the machine over there or give me €5 and I'll open the gate for you. Of course, everyone went with the latter. I didn't do this with everyone, usually only with foreigners or people who appeared lost to make sure no one found out. I think my best on a single day was about 100 to €125, which is a really nice bonus for a minimum wage job. Unfortunately, I wasn't always alone, so couldn't do it very often. Most of the days I did it, I stopped at around €50. I blew most of the money on beers and other nonsense, but I do remember buying €300 Nike Air Jordans that I loved and wore for years. Never got caught. Sorry, parking lot. Edit. For anyone interested in what such a job would look like, someone in the comments suggested to watch the parking lot movie. A few clips are available here. This clip in particular. The booths at my lot were almost the same except a little bigger, and I had the luck to have internet access with my laptop. My lot was a lot bigger than that too, but otherwise the job is the same. I started the job as basically a parking lot walker. Your job is to walk around the lot with a yellow vest on to help people and to make sure no shady shit happens. If something happens, you call the supervisor and he decides what to do next. That job really sucked though, because you have to walk around in rain or freezing cold. Sometimes I was soaking wet, other times I couldn't wait to go on break to go inside some place to warm up. In the summer it was alright, just sitting around in the sun, shooting the shit with the other walkers. As long as you were on the lot, no one cared what you were doing. I was so good at doing nothing that after a while, I was promoted to Dothouse guy. I could now do nothing inside a little booth. I felt really lucky though, because now I got to sit around in a warm place all day. If I had the evening shift, I'd bring a six-pack, and this was in a time where you could still smoke inside. So I'd sit there happy as a clam, smoking cigarettes with an open beer in the desk drawer, blasting music and browsing the web. Looking back, I really missed that time. I was completely careless, not a worry in the world, sitting around. I liked being in the middle of the city too. Sometimes I had friends come over to my booth and we'd just chat for a while and sit around. We'd go to a bar when my shift was over, or the casino, which was right around the corner. After a while I got fired for not showing up once. I can't remember why. I still lived with my parents, so it didn't matter. Now, 12 to 13 years later, I'm a web developer and don't do this type of shit anymore. I make decent money now, but I have responsibilities and a 9-to-5 life is incredibly tiresome and sometimes pretty stressful. I kinda wish I could teleport back in time to my little booth and treat every day like a Friday.